As the time for graduation draws near, I stand here with mingled feelings. Feelings of great sadness at our parting, and feelings of high hope and happiness when I contemplate the many ways in which you will be serving our Christ and His church. It seems only a few days ago that we met here for the first time. Registration days are bewildering to young freshmen, even though we at Anderson do our best to make you feel at home immediately. I'm sure all of you can look back at that day and smile, remembering when our campus was strange to you. This is why we've instituted a procedure known as the Freshman Orientation Course, designed to familiarize the new students with college life at Anderson. This is where your first questions were answered, and the aims of Anderson College and of the Church of God were discussed. Here we explained that learning is on 3 levels. First, the physical level. We encourage you to build your body through exercise. Fresh air and sunshine. Plenty of good, wholesome food. And plenty of relaxation and sleep. Healthy bodies make for healthy minds, which brings us to the second level, the mental one. On this level, man is encouraged to think and function as a member of society. Those of you with scientific inclinations were encouraged by the faculty to experiment with science. For those with artistic leanings, we formulated the dramatics group. For those who would someday enter the business world, we prepared courses in business administration, accounting, and economics. No matter upon which path your interest led you, we have supplied instructors and classes to help you. Each class, however, was designed with the third and highest level in mind, the Christian level. When you came to Anderson College, you were scheduled to meet the living Christ, working through your instructors, student groups, and individual friends. He was always there. We have urged you to dedicate your lives to Christ and to pass His word along to all whom you meet, not only through the ministry, but also through the fields of business and of medicine and of the sciences and the arts. Most of you learned these ideals very quickly. A few took much longer. For instance, the change that came into the spiritual life of a boy whom we shall call Bill Collins came slower than for most, but it is typical of the influence wrought by Anderson College. Bill Collins was a very ambitious young man who wanted desperately to go to State University. But his father, who was a graduate of Anderson College, insisted that he come here for 1 year. I personally knew Bill's father quite well. Mr. Collins Sr. was a very successful businessman who pampered Bill no end, and particularly after the early death of Bill's mother. As a result, Bill grew very fond of his father, but overly fond of luxury and prominence. Unknown to Bill, Mr. Collins was a very sick man, and one who didn't like what was happening to his son. Before anything happened to him, he wanted to straighten his son's life. Anderson College was the only answer he knew.
But, sir, I worked so hard for that football scholarship at State U.
Now, wait a minute, Bill. Your dad was a student here at Anderson College, and I'm sure that it was his fondest dream that you, his only son, would spend at least 1 year here at his alma mater. Can't you understand that, Bill?
I can't understand why a fellow can't lead his own life.
I feel that your father has been perfectly fair in this whole matter. He only requested that you spend 1 year at Anderson College. If, at the end of 1 year, you were still dissatisfied, you could transfer to the State University, and that with your father's blessing.
I know that, sir, but they might not want me at State U in another year.
Your football record, Bill, I think they would want you even more at the end of the year. And then you could get in some good practice in the meantime while here. Bill, could the real reason that you do not wish to remain here be that we put Christ in the center of our program, while we put money and fame and all other things way down the line in our thinking? Could that be the real reason, Bill? Well, never mind, Bill. Keep your heart open, and I am sure everything will work out.
Hey, Bill. I was just looking for you on my way to see the coach. Man, are we happy you're going to be with us this year. We can really use a good quarterback.
Thanks, Paul, but I don't think I'll go out for the team this year.
Well, why not? Come on down and meet the fellas anyway. You may change your mind. Coach, this is Bill Collins.
Glad to have you with us, Bill.
Well, I don't think I'll be going out for the team this year, Coach.
Hi, I'm Dan Ford. Fred Johnson, glad to have you with us.
Come on, fellas.
Uniforms in the locker room, let's go. Well, I think it's swell you're coming out for the team, Bill. You know, we haven't had a really good quarterback since Johnny Houston graduated.
Paul.
Well, hi, Connie.
Hi.
Your girl?
My favorite, my sister. Connie, I'd like you to meet Bill Collins.
Hi. I'd heard you enrolled. How do you like Anderson, Bill?
Oh, Connie, he hasn't seen enough of it yet.
Since Paul's joined the debating team, no one's had a chance to speak his piece.
I guess he's afraid I'll tell you I'd rather be at state
Instead of Anderson?
instead of any place.
I'm sure you'll change your mind once you get to know him.
Maybe. Well, you'll have to excuse me. I have to see my counselor. I guess he wants to tell me what's wrong with state and my state of mind. Well, bye.
See you later, Bill.
No, Bill. I didn't call you in to discuss state. But I did call you in to talk about your attitude. I'm here to help you, Bill. We all understand the difference between your previous environment and your life here on the campus. It's true that we don't consider material things to be the most important things in life. But you'll discover ideals here. Ideals that will make for real, lasting happiness. Why don't you open your heart to us, Bill? And feel free to come in at any time to talk things over.
Say, Bill, you know, you could be happy here if you'd only give yourself half a chance. Why, you just walk around all closed up inside. Look, I'm your roommate, and even I don't know how to reach you.
You can reach me at state U in exactly 10 months.
Sounds as though you're serving a prison sentence, Bill.
Oh, people around here don't seem to have any ambition. No real drive. Look at Dan Ford, Fred Johnson, Ned. Almost everybody I know seems to be satisfied at a scrawny old job in a drugstore. Then knocking themselves out studying. Some ambition. So
We can't all be as lucky with money as you are, Bill. Most of us have to work our way through school. But don't you ever kid yourself about our ambitions and our goals. Someday soon, I hope for your sake, you discover what our goal is. I'm sorry I lost my temper, Bill. I guess I'm a little tired of you. You're going to the Wiener Roast Saturday night, aren't you?
I hadn't thought about it.
Well, why don't you? It's always a lot of fun, and it'll give you a good chance to get to know some of the kids. Say, I have an idea. Why don't you ask Connie? I know she'd love to go with you. But, Connie, why won't you go with him? I tell you, Bill's a nice guy. He's just a little mixed up. Well, if we don't help him, he'll never find himself.
Isn't that I'm not willing to help. You know I've tried just as everyone else has.
Or maybe a little bit more.
But he always talks so there's nothing in this world to live for but money and prestige.
That was when you last talked to him, Connie. Bill's changed a lot in the past few weeks. Oh, come on, give it one more try. just for me.
Honestly, Paul, you ought to be a lawyer. You plead his case so eloquently. All right, I'll go to the wiener roast with him. Are we going to win the game, Bill?
I don't know. Certainly is no great team.
Oh, I don't know. Quarterback's pretty good. Paul thinks you're a sensation.
Paul's a great guy. Connie, do you remember what you were talking to me about the other day? About my not being a Christian, I mean. You were right.
Are you saying that just to gain my sympathy, or do you really mean it?
I mean it with all my heart, Connie.
I just love wiener roast, but I have to work twice as hard after each one of them.
Maybe if you'd eat about half as much, you wouldn't have to spend half your time looking like a jumping jack.
What would I do with all my spare time then? Have fun tonight?
Why, yes, I had a very nice time.
Oh. Naturally, you'll be going out with him again?
My, what an inquisitive nature you have.
It's a sign of intelligence. Really, Connie, are you going out with him again?
Yes, why?
No particular reason, just curious, I guess. He's so strange. Not very friendly, that is with most people. And what conceit. Wow.
Bill has changed a great deal lately.
So is your opinion of it.
That figures.
Oh, don't mind me, Connie. There must be a little streak of jealousy in me. It's just that we've all tried so hard, but he doesn't seem to want any help.
Those are the very people who need it most. You know that. And if we all pitch in and help him to see what the really important things in life are, he'll turn out to be an awfully wonderful guy.
I don't know if this is such a good idea. Running a front-page story like this on that freshman.
You mean just because he's a freshman? Don't be like that. I think it's a wonderful idea, and besides, Bill Collins is our star football player.
I wasn't referring to his freshman status. I understand that he can certainly get independent, and too much publicity might not help matters. Oh, well.
Hi, Bill. Daydreaming?
Don't worry, I'll get my work done.
I didn't mean anything by it. I just thought it'd be a good opener for a conversation, that's all. Well, how do you feel with the big game just a few days off? In fight and trim, huh?
I am, yes.
Well then, we can't lose.
gang, it's all! Tough luck on that. But Connie, we won the game, didn't we?
Who cares about the game? All you care about is yourself and your ambitions. And I believed you when you told me you changed.
You mean you'd rather have seen us lose the game? Guess I'm not doing so hot with your sister. She sure was mad about yesterday.
Well, I sort of know how she feels, Bill. I guess I feel a little let down myself.
Let down, you two? I never thought I'd see the day when a football team would rather throw its biggest game than have one guy show off.
Bill, it's just this idea of Christianity at work, of the living Christ working right here among us. Why, that means more to us than any game, football or otherwise. Besides, Bill, Fred might have completed that play.
Oh, he almost always misses long passes.
Which wouldn't have been nearly so bad as missing the chance to act like a real Christian. Well, anyway, that's not what I want to see you about. The dean wants to see you in his office right away, Bill. Now, don't look so worried. He won't bite you.
It's not that. It's what you said. Connie implied the very same thing just a few minutes ago.
Now, you run along, old man. You'll keep him waiting too long, and then he will bite your head off.
This, I know, sir, is no way to come into your office. It's about Bill Collins, sir. He's on his way here now. You must understand, sir. Please, I know you sent for him. If it's about the game and his not following the orders of the coach, Bill knew that I'm not too good at receiving from that distance, and we more or less had an understanding, you might say. Sir, I feel as though he shouldn't be blamed, punished for having won the game for us. Please, Dean.
Come in.
A lot of things have happened in the past few days. Things that make a fellow really think.
By the way, Fred Johnson was in here just before you came.
Fred, here?
Yes, Fred stumbled all over himself, trying to convince me that I oughtn't to reprimand you.
Fred?
Outdid himself. Said he had some sort of an understanding with you before the game.
Understanding? Oh. How do you feel about Anderson College now, Bill? Yes? Might be better. Send him in. I'm happy about your change of heart, Bill, particularly at this time.
Mr. Schrader, what are you doing here? Is something wrong? Oh, pardon me. Dean, this is Togi. I mean Mr. Schrader. He's an old friend of ours.
And the family's attorney and business advisor. How do you do, sir?
Mr. Schrader, won't you have a chair, please?
Thank you. Be seated, Bill.
Is anything wrong? Is everything all right? How's Dad?
I hurried over as quickly as I could, Dean. You'll forgive me if I appear a little abrupt. Bill, having known you since you were a tot, this is a difficult obligation for me to fulfill. This is a letter your father dictated to me not too long ago. It's addressed to you. My dearest Bill, forgive a sentimental old man. Forgive me. In my anxiety to express my affection for you, I even forced you to attend the college of my choice, even against your will. I have faith that by now your thoughts and feelings will be concurrent with mine. This is the only happiness which had been missing from my life, and with which I now consider my life complete. Do not judge my actions too harshly, and try to understand those ideals which have motivated my life from the instructions I have given to Togi.
Togi, what does it mean? Why didn't Dad mail this letter to me?
This is not a letter, Billy, not in the usual sense. It is a part of his will which is being executed, and in which he assigns half of his estate to you and half to the college. Billy, your father had a heart attack and passed away this morning. It was his will that his death be disclosed to you in this manner.